You know what I like about tonight? It's an equal balance, 50-50.
Actually, more. Leon's half white.
Yeah, Eric.
He's actually half white, so it's
the
like
1.5 to 2.
Yeah, but when he smiles, his eyes are gone.
Yeah, I know. It disappears. It's like a magic trick.
Yeah.
Caucasian content today. What's going on?
Yeah.
I better shut my phone off and we'll start freaking asking me questions about boats all night.
Alright, let's just load up here. Casting Deck Podcast. We're going 4-banger this evening. We've got Real Life with Mike joining us. We went on an adventure in Lake Winnipeg. All for good cause. Leon the intern making his monthly appearance on the show. Short fuse the soul here from the red. Let's load up here. Get your beer. You gotta go get everybody the beer.
I know, we gotta get. You're the one drinking all our beer.
I'm drinking. It's raining.
By the time you drink all our beer, it'll be like next year we'll have to get new beer.
Yeah.
Radler.
Trans Canada.
Make $1 million out to tell me. Plus I grind it from the start.
Yeah.
I was stacking pennies. I might dip like Machiavelli.
All kinds of things. Hold on, Gabe. Cody, what's happening? Joe Tilly. Santos, you look.
Reverse chatting.
Mike.
No kidding.
Mike does more work in like an hour than Santos does in a month.
In a
Which
year.
is still not that good.
In a year.
Yeah, we know the music's still playing, Brad.
Yeah, the music's very loud today.
It's like having a mum.
Boom! It's the Casting Egg Podcast. We're starting any second. Fuck, he's our off-site director. This guy, we know this, bro.
He's our off-site pain in the ass.
When the song is done, I'm gonna take off this starting soon. We're gonna swap it. We're gonna swap it for our season 7 open water sponsors: Team Fui Automotive, Big Smoke Barbecue, Tech Video Security, Manny's Live Bait, and Trans Canada Brewing. Huge shout out to all of them, and huge shout out to all of you for joining us on another Monday. It is the end of July. Shit, bros, we're heading into fall already. And with fall, we're heading into ice.
Hey,
Almost.
slow down.
Yes.
Ice.
Yes.
You shut up, you nugget.
Hey, well, I'm excited. I'm excited. I saw those new lower priced live sonars for ice fishing.
Whoa, we're gonna get to that, bro.
Yeah, well, I know. Let's stop. We're not there yet. Sorry.
Lower price, Dave Gurley. I like it. You'll notice we got the 4-way going. We got 50-50 Caucasian content here today. Real Life with Mike is swapping in for Santos, who is at the Olympics coaching gymnastics, apparently. So it's all good. Leon, the intern, is here. Short fuse Mike, the totally in the house, and your host, Eric, on the red. We've got a good show. We've got a good show here. We're going to be talking Olympics. Will black bass fishing be at the Los Angeles Olympics? Does it deserve to be there? What would the rules be? All kinds of stuff here and what's required. We're going to do a good segment on that. We're going to do a segment on night fishing. We're going to do a segment, of course, we're going to ask Real Life with Mike, all kinds of stuff too. And we got Beast of the Week, all kinds of stuff here. Tyler Mazick, what's happening, brother?
I haven't talked to you in a while, Tyler.
Thanks for joining the show. It is Monday, July 29, like I said. Weather is beautiful. Let's ask Mike first, man. Where's Whisker Wednesdays, bro? Let's do it.
Looking a little busy. I didn't even realize we were in August till somebody told me the other week.
It's
Whisker
August.
Wednesday is going to turn into a 2-week tournament.
It could. It could.
Doesn't matter. Well, you're gonna have to wait till I get a bottom end too.
That too. Mike blew up another bottom end, bro. But meanwhile, that was like a spare part.
Yeah, that was a spare.
Tried to spare.
Apparently, that wasn't a very good spare. Now, was it? Maybe I'll just do Whisker Wednesdays out of a kayak.
Oh,
Good catch one would take you down to the lake.
Yeah, whatever. Don't matter.
At least Andrew's
there.
fishing. Good evening, Lockport. Everyone who's watching us while they're fishing, and that's fantastic. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Some people watch us while they're at Polo Park. They said, well, people are shopping. They just sit off to the side and watch the show. And if you're watching it after the fact on the treadmill, in the truck, wherever, be safe. Don't watch us in the truck, actually, because I won't get into it. But you shouldn't have the phone in your hand. It'll cost you. It'll cost you, bro.
Mike, why are you all red?
I got sunburned from
He's cheering.
something.
He's cheering for Canada.
Yeah, yeah.
Shit, eh?
Is there
Anyway.
a story here?
Mike, did Mikey Miles get his boat back?
I don't know. I have no
Oh
clue.
wow.
Taken
hard boat
without
to miss.
permission. Mikey Miles, Manitoba Bass Angler Association. Some of you may know. Some of you have probably seen this boat. Beautiful blue and black skeeter. It was borrowed without permission,
Yeah.
and it's hard to miss. If you see this boat out there, it's missing. So report it if you can. Touch base with us.
God.
Mikey Miles, reach out if you do.
I'd hate to be that person if you still had it in your possession and Mike found you.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Like shit, that's horrible, man. That happens or whatever.
And these guys are getting pretty brave, like the things they're stealing, and just it's disgusting.
Oh,
Yeah.
Northwest Minnesota. Northwest Minnesota is basically Manitoba.
Is that's Dustin Bufflin's handle? I think that guy maybe. That's maybe
Everything
Buff.
from like Baudette to like Pembina kind of thing. That's Northwest Minnesota. Thanks, brother. Thanks for watching. Mike's boat made Steinbach online today. Really?
Oh,
Is that where it was stolen from? Man.
Well,
See
I
it.
don't even know where it was. It obviously was borrowed out of his yard, because I know he lives out of town, right?
Yeah. How would you even like? You can't fence it. You can't use it. You'd
You
have
know what?
to.
These guys that steal shit, they don't give a shit
oh yeah.
where it is.
Remember that story about the guy had his boat stolen, then he ran into them at End of Main using his boat.
Oh.
And then he jumped on their boat. Yeah, he jumped on their boat. It's like either I throw you guys out, or like he pirated his boat back, kind of thing, on the water. Or seeing people were waiting on shore and everything, man. Not wild.
That's probably a standard thing I do when I get up in the morning. I look out my bathroom window, and yep,
Make sure that
my trolling motor, my boat is still there. Everything's there. So
It's a crapshoot or what? A couple more news and notes. Tim Kratchuk shared this there. Attention resources, anglers, and commercial fishers. Nothing crazy, nothing. This is just a tagging program. So if you fish out Fairford River, Lake Winnipeg North kind of thing, Daniel Stagg country, they tag 100 walleye and 100 lake whitefish. The more data there is on all our fisheries, the better. So this doesn't hurt. North-South Consultants tagged a bunch. If you do get one, report it.
We'll just have to tell the commercial fishermen to report it. They'll be getting them all.
I wonder if they report it, because they surely get some tagged fish in their nets. I wonder if
I've never caught one at all.
Yeah. What's
You've
that?
never
Tagged
caught
fish?
one?
No, I've never caught a tagged fish. Like it'd be neat to see the story on them, right?
If you catch like on the Red River, heck, you're talking here from just outside Grand Forks. The Red River goes all the way down there. People have caught tagged catfish that were tagged at Lockport.
That's
Yes.
right.
Catch them down in Fargo, kind of thing.
'Cause
Right
I
around
remember
there, right?
They did a study that we went to a seminar that they did a study. They tagged cats. They actually went all the way to Grand Forks and came back.
No way, eh?
Yeah,
Okay.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
They would be able to follow them, right? Because they had the radio tags on them.
Which is cool.
So that's
That
pretty
tag-
wild.
That tiger, like it could be orange. These ones are going to be green, by the way. So if you catch any in Lake Winnipeg, I wouldn't be surprised this winter. They tagged them up.
Yeah, they come
These
south.
fish make their way down. Oh yeah, easily. I would imagine someone's going to catch them this year. It's good.
I haven't caught a
Yeah.
whitefish though in the south here, like in the Red or Lockport in 5 years, but maybe I'm not. I don't know.
I've never caught a whitefish.
We're going to do a segment on catching whitefish on Lake Winnipeg. I was talking with, I have some buddies in Northern Ontario. We're talking like the Sudbury, Wawa, Geraldton area.
Yeah.
And they hammer whitefish all winter long on there. Like you could do it on Shoal Lake here in different places.
Yeah.
But the Lake Winnipeg ones are different. Like they're like bug eaters. And they got some techniques that we're going to try this winter where you can get those ones. I mean, maybe Brady's watching here. Brady and Justin Jenkins were pretty good at getting those things to go.
Yeah, they're catching them all winter, eh?
Yeah, a lot of them, they're not the easiest things to get to bite, but there's a whole population of South Basin of those now.
I think the ones I caught, I pretty much foul hooked them. So
It's Monday, Rick says. It's nice to be retired, bro. You don't know what the days are. My parents, they're always asking, what day is it today? Actually, the kids have
Eric, we're on the different spectrum. We're always so busy, we don't know what day it is neither.
I don't know either. So yeah, that's why. Laker was up on Great Slave. What Laker, bro? You caught a Laker, bro? I've got tagged catfish at Bridgeview. Yeah, they're right in front of you. All right, Mr. Harrison, what's happening? Anyway, speaking of Lake Winnipeg there, Mike Klatt. Oh, sorry, brother. Go ahead.
I was just going to say before we get into Mike's story there, congrats to Brandon and
Gone.
Chris gone. They came in 8th at Lac Seul, and they've never fished there before.
Isn't that wild? Lac Seul is
Yeah.
full of all kinds of fish, whatever.
And that's a catch.
Never fished
That's
there.
a catch and kill, right?
Elliot's guiding on there right now, I thought.
Hey?
Elliot's guiding on that lake right now.
Well, I
Gone
talked
hasn't
to
been there.
Gone, so
Gon's
he
never
said,
fished there.
he said he's never been there before. So
He's never, yeah. Elliot's guiding on that lake.
well,
So
I don't know if
that's
I
great
trust
stuff.
Brandon Elliott to guide me to fish, but
By the way, we got the Grapefruit Rattler, bro. Dustin James, Chance Canada Brewing. I'm drinking all the beer. I'm not sharing with any of the guys. This is on my. Then have to reload over there. But Mikey Klatt, you were on a trip on Lake Winnipeg. Tell us all about it, brother.
Yeah, I was. The big thing was it was supposed to be a 250 mile journey all the way from the North Basin of Lake Winnipeg, and just going down to Selkirk. I wanted to go all the way down to the Forks, but after thinking about it, I was like, it's not really that much of a journey from. I mean, that's still a journey. It'd be cool to go through the locks and stuff, but I thought it would be better. My whole initial thing was when I landed, I wanted to get a whole bunch of kids there and then give away everything that I collected. But honestly, after those couple of days, I was kind of, I can't say we or me. Callie is here. She's over.
Hey, Callie.
hi, Callie.
She was telling me everyone just think it's Mike going on this trip. I'm going on this trip too, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So.
And honestly, it's one of those two where I didn't want her to come for the first bit. Because it was a dangerous trip, and I was like, well, at least if someone's going to be stupid and something's going to happen, it's just going to happen to me. It's still safer with two people no matter what. So,
what was the trip again? Like, if let people know if they don't follow the channel and stuff. Real Life with Mike, by the way, on YouTube. Check him out there. A lot of people follow him here, especially in Southern Manitoba. But you were going on all the way from where? North Basin?
From Anima Bay, the North Basin of Lake Winnipeg, and then we were going to go head all the way up through. Was it Manhattan? Was that Matheson? Sorry, Matheson, and then go down to Gull to Gimli, and then right down to Selkirk. So we kind of split it up in between 4 days, and it's all in my little 165 Alumacraft with a 50 horsepower. So it's definitely underpowered for that lake, but I think between me and Callie, I think we would have been smart enough to be able to pull the chute. I have no problem putting my tail between my legs and being like, no, I'm not doing this. So.
You had to bring Callie. She's the voice of reason, right?
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, I'll take this off so you can probably hear it, because she probably can't hear anything that I'm saying right now.
I can hear what you're saying.
Can't hear us, though, bro.
Yeah,
so
probably can't hear us.
You could see shoreline the whole time, though, right? You could see shoreline.
Actually, we had such good weather that there was quite a few times that we cut straight across.
Yeah.
So even from like, let's say Gull Harbor, we were able to. I mean, Gull Harbor, you're pretty much shorelining it anyway, all the way to Gimli. But Gimli, we skipped that whole entire bay, and just that was that morning. I think I posted a video on one of the sites, just saying like that morning the water was just glass. It was great. We had great weather. Like nice. I think actually the roughest time we had was from Deer Island.
Yeah.
Deer Island to Gull Harbor.
Because I was trying to keep track of small craft warning for you guys and stuff too, because that lake, I tell you, could get tossed up. Doesn't take much. As soon as you see like 15 to 30 kilometers on the forecast, that place gets tossed around. So
yeah.
But you had a lot of support going into this.
Oh, tons. So
during it,
that's exactly what I was going to say. One of the guys I definitely can't say enough about is of course our resident helper Dave Simpson. He hooked me up with a Marine Sat Nav radio. Stuff like that, I mean, even little things like bringing my boat to Mike before the launch and stuff like that. We did a lot of prep work. It wasn't something that I just decided on a whim to do. There was a lot of prep work, a lot of planning, a lot of mapping that we kind of did. Having people like, Stag Online and stuff like that kind of show me the ropes and tell me how to get through the narrows and stuff like that. That's the easiest way to do it. But I think the high water really helped. The high water really helped going through that kind of area.
How often did you stop to fish?
Quite, I'd say at least once a day. Like the hard part is it was only supposed to be 250 miles, but Stag ended up, he's like, well, if you're here, we might as well, I'm going to take you to a spot. And it was about 40 miles out of our way. So
Yeah.
we took it and we went there. Actually met up with some seals in the middle of nowhere, in a little teeny cabin. So that was interesting, but probably some of the best craziest fishing I've ever had. Like, I'm gonna do a little 20-minute unedited video, and I think we caught like 18 or 19 fish, and that also includes our lines getting tangled up, a pike that we had to get the line out. Like, it was, and they're all 18 to 22, 23-inch fish.
Yeah.
So you got to put your name on the wall of fame out there in that cabin.
It's amazing how many names are on there, because I'm just like, where are these people coming from? But
Where'd you
it was
start
a very
from?
interesting journey.
Dolphin River, Anima Bay,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, from there, yeah.
That's a long trek. And some people hear Dolphin River. We do have Dolphin Lake in Westman, but Dolphin River actually is in the inner lake, connects to Lake Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Anima Bay.
So yeah, even that one, like, instead of going all the way down the shore, we could actually cut across and stuff like that as well, right? So.
And you wrapped around. If you look at it, you wrapped around.
First, and
Is it
kept
like
going down, and first one
must be really remote up there? Did you see anybody on some of these stretches? Like up here?
Commercial. I think when the morning when we were at Matheson, there's a boat that kind of came by, and I'm pretty sure they're looking at us funny because we didn't actually stay on Matheson. We stayed on that big island on the south of it. Just because Matheson actually does have rural, like, there's stuff there. There's houses, a store.
Yeah, there's a reserve on
cool.
Matheson Island. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then from there, it wasn't too bad. We did some fishing up in that bay, like those first two bays there. Same thing, pretty good fishing up there.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately, once we get down to Gull was kind of a bust for us, and we usually do really well there. But
fishing wise, okay, yeah. This is wild, man. All this stuff up here. I fished. I've been to Bloodvein.
Yeah.
Like, some of you may have seen, like, when I was on that billboard on Highway 1 for the longest time, down by the Walkers there. That's where that fish was caught. It was actually caught out here, right in the bay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think probably one of the other biggest supporters, I may not say, but Callie might say, who would be your biggest supporter?
Val.
Probably Mike and Val, because they lent Callie their smooth move seat.
Nice.
And because 3-4 hours a day and some of that water, it got pretty bumpy, and that saved her back a lot. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's a long trip, brother, man.
That's a long haul, man.
A memorable moment, Callie, for you is, what would it be?
Probably when Mike caught his big fish. Well, the pike fishing was pretty memorable too.
Yeah, it's funny. We went all that time, fished everywhere, caught some big fish, and I finally caught my first 30, which was an unbelievable moment for me. It's been quite a while, and it had to be at Winnipeg Beach.
That's where it was caught.
Winnipeg Beach at the rock pile. Like,
no kidding.
Yeah. So
I thought it would have been up north. If I had to put money on it, it would be further up there. But
the pikes are good. We were hitting 38s, 40s, like nothing, like cookie cutters. Probably.
I think I caught 5 masters.
Yeah, I think about 5 masters in that time. But yeah.
We got to do that trip again, but it's going to be the longest long line troll in the world, and we're going to long line troll from Stag's house all the way to Gimli.
We thought
it's going to pull a reef runner behind there and do 1.3 miles per hour. And
I mean, if I could take like a couple seconds out, I have a couple guys that definitely like the sponsor and stuff, of course, Dakota Lithium and all that. A couple of your big sponsors too, Manny's Live Bait. They donated $500 to the cause as well. And for people that didn't know, I gotta quit saying because she's gonna get mad at me and hit me. But we were planning this trip anyway. We wanted to do this trip for a long time, and we decided while we're doing it, we might as well do it for some good. And of course, I do a lot of stuff for kids, so I kind of threw it out there and put a little GoFundMe page out. We raised just over a couple $1,000, and
that's awesome.
So yeah, it worked out really well for our first one. We're planning on doing it on a yearly thing. Maybe next year will be an overland or like portage style. Try to find something new, but anything to help the kids out. But so them, Manny's, Fomatex, they're the ones that did Seaman's Cabin. They donated a whole bunch. Who else could there be? Lake of the Woods Sports gave us a whole bunch. Lake of the Woods Marina. Jay Siemens gave me 22 rods that I'm going to be giving out. Gull Harbor gave me $250 gift card that I'm going to be doing like a photo contest. So we'll kind of work that out and be putting that all over the site so you guys have a chance. And if you know any kids that need something, feel free to reach out to Eric or any of these guys, and they get in touch with me or get in touch with me. I'd be more than happy to hand some of this off to some kids. That's what it's all about.
Nice.
So
work,
That's awesome.
Mike and Callie. Good job.
You already had a group in mind, like where's most of the stuff going to end up?
Yeah, I do have a group in mind. I believe I can say the name. I'm just not too sure if I can or not. Basically, it's the school that Santos is doing a lot of the program with. He's running the program.
Screw Santos. Never mind Santos.
That's what I said. Screw Santos. Santos will keep it.
We're getting
Actually,
shirts made that say that. Screw
don't let the
Santos.
kids suffer. I mean, the kids that are great. They have a great fishing program
Yeah.
over there. It's all good. Just forget Santos.
Yeah,
Forget the
no.
coach.
So and that's the thing, and the other thing too is like guys like Mike too, right? Like we ordered $1,000 worth of rods. So we're trying to give all the money we got. We're trying to put back into the community that's around here. I think that's the big thing, and we just picked up. I think I counted 70 boxes of line, over 100 pickerel rigs. I made a whole bunch of because I make jigs and stuff. There's a couple hundred weights and stuff. Like all the terminal tackle is the big stuff that they rip through, right? So
I got the drop
yeah,
shots.
that's
Where's
the
drop
trick.
shots
And,
go?
I mean, I just appreciate all you guys for putting it out there, and it kind of gives a little bit more legitimacy.
Yeah.
Thanks.
A bunch of the kids from Kids Beast of the Week are getting some real life with Mike drop shots actually too. So thanks, brother.
And if I ever do sell stuff like that, that all goes to my kids' funds and stuff. Like I just do it for fun. They may not be the best things in the world. I try to use the good stuff as good as I can, but realistically, it's more or less just trying to get some funds together for some kids. And I've had random people just reach out and be like, "Hey, can I just give you like $50 to do this?" Or, "Hey, I have a rod."
We're losing your sound, bro.
Sorry. Is
You're
that better?
fading away.
Yeah.
There you go. We can hear you again. Oh, the
Sorry, my
headphones
hand
are your
is
mic.
probably on
Gotcha.
Yeah, so like you say, it's all for the kids, it's all for fun. And if there's anybody that needs anything, just feel free to reach out. The angling community is so tight, and there's enough to go around. So we have no problem doing that. And nothing feels better than driving on the shore and see hundreds of kids on there. So it's awesome.
Yeah.
When can they see some footage of this thing? You got the video editing right now, and
I have the 20-minute one I'm going to put out right away because it's an unedited one. That one can go up pretty much right away. I hope the first and second one will probably be out by this weekend. I'm going to try to get out this weekend because they're really not going to be all that long because we've traveled a lot of it. There's going to be some interesting footage. We barely missed a big storm out on, I think it was like Black Island or Deer Island or something like that we were at. And so I got a whole bunch of good storm footage there and, a lot of fishing stuff. But, it's just, for us, it was a little bit of the filming, but more or less just the journey. That was the big
Nice.
thing for us.
nice work, brother. That was good. That's fantastic. Good to hear. What was your average speed, by the way, when you're traveling?
I
Balls
think
out?
on
No.
average, the first day, I think we were only 15 to 20, but 25 miles an hour was pretty standard. When it got nice, or if we went around the island, then we'd go, try to max out a little bit more of the 30s. But with that little boat on gas, it was phenomenal. The tank that Mike and another buddy, Jomar, they all put together for me, I went through one of those tanks and 2 25-liter jerry cans, and that was it. And I still had gas by the time I got to Selkirk.
No kidding.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's very, very good on gas. But 25
motor
miles an hour
again?
is pretty.
It's a
50
50 on it?
Suzuki, 50.
It's a 50, right? Wow.
Yeah.
Good job, man. That's interesting stuff. Yeah. Bring your passport next time. You can get all the way to Grand Forks, actually.
Well, I know. Well, we went down to Lake of the Woods the other day when we went out to go visit Mike there, and we went really far south by like Siemens, but we went further south there to go look for some muskies. And all of a sudden, our phones, "Welcome to the U.S." And I'm
You
like,
can get to the border, man. Yeah, you can.
"We are not." I didn't think we were that close, but I guess we were. So
Yeah.
But yeah,
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, good job, man. Appreciate it. That's good. Nice work, guys.
Yeah.
Nice trip there. We're gonna move on to the next segment here, and keep Mike here. He's gonna talk about this. He's got some strong views. Mike Klatt does not think fishing is a sport. So Olympics are going on right now, of course. There, Snoop Dogg was a torchbearer, but this was great from Bass Nation. And he was carrying a big ass Strike King Lord, I believe it was there as the torch man. But that's a good edit there. But we're gonna talk the Olympics and bass fishing at the Olympics. So, for preface it, I was talking last week about this, and
Bless you.
I was talking about it last week, and I was saying all kinds of things where on it was going to be there and like who's captains and all that kind of stuff, but it's not official. Mike tried looking for it, like you said, or whatever, and
Like
It was
an
not
hour. I spent an hour.
it is not locked in just yet. But we're going to talk about it today on what if should it be one, like all that kind of stuff or whatever. If What do you guys feelings like just from the outset on fishing at the Olympics?
To me, it should be in the Olympics. Like they've got some silly sports going on there. Well, you brought up some stuff that have been in the Olympics, and we just shake our head at it. So,
yeah, I agree. I mean, like looking at some of the stuff that they put out there and whatnot, I think it's interesting. Like, as much as people say that watching golf is boring, you watch the spectators, right? Like, times are changing nowadays, and you're starting to see a lot of young kids. Actually, it was a little while ago, I was at some place, and I was watching a kid watching the Bassmasters. Like, I kind of want to stop him and ask him how it was going, because it's just such a weird sight to see a young kid watching that on his phone.
I mean, you athletes always train, so these guys, they're always training for what they're doing, no matter if it's some guys, like if you take Brandon Palnick, for example, like he runs 5 miles a day or something like that, right? Just to stay fit so he can compete on the water.
There's a bunch of fat bastards who angle too, though.
Yeah, but a lot of those fat bastards are the ones that keep saying that they need to get fit because they can't keep up to the young guys anymore.
Shooting isn't the way fishing should be.
Well, and all these alternative sports, kind of like, not fishing is alternative, but like people didn't want skateboarding there. People didn't want, I brought it up earlier, curling. They didn't want curling there. And you know what? All these people are athletes. Like, I could care less, honestly, if sailing wasn't in the Olympics. Like, sailing is you have to have money, number one. Like, you need money to fish. But like, these guys who sail are like, come from families that are deep in the pockets, right? Like, that's something that not everybody can sail. But can everybody fish? Yeah, just like what Mike's doing, right? What your life's doing. You put a fishing rod in somebody's hand, and they can master a sport if they want to, right?
I don't know what wushu is, but that sounds.
That sounds, yeah. Like, what is that?
I don't know. It's something martial art, maybe, or something. There's all kinds of wacky. I mean, you would consider it wacky, but just new, right? Not traditional sports.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you agree too. Like, look at some of the guys. Like, if you watch those, like On the Road to and all those fishing, like little fishing series that they do, like On the Road to Bassmasters. Like, these guys are sleeping in their trucks and stuff. Could you imagine them getting full accommodation and stuff? How much they'd be on their game instead of waking up at their truck at 4:30 in the morning? Like, it's
an interesting question. So, the little backstory on it. In 2016, the Federation of International Federation of Sport Fishing. It doesn't go by the English words, though. It's in French, or not Italian, I think it is. But CIPS is what it stands for, Confederation Internationale Pisca. Like, it's in Spanish, I guess. But they're the ones who started. They put in for Olympic recognition. You can look this all up if you go to like Google and stuff like that. There's different places to research it and stuff. But for example, this article here, put out by the Highland News Sun. They talked with Scott Martin and stuff like that a little bit. They put in 2016, they put in to be recognized as an Olympic sport. So it's the Association of Recognized International Sports, ARISF. This is a different one now. So fishing has its own world body. Then there's a world body for recognizing sports, and they wanted to get recognized. So they put it in mainly to get feedback on how can they get into the Olympics. And then one was that you need a world championship. And there is, hence they call it bass. It's not bass, it's black bass. So they call it black bass because that's not everywhere has Florida strain, for example. Actually, we're going to talk in a few weeks where Florida strain got its own strain now, as aside from largemouth bass. We've always known there was a Florida strain bass, but they've actually made it 2 distinct species now. But anyway, that's besides the point. Black bass is like, there's black bass everywhere. There's Italy, Spain, Japan, the Philippines has it, Canada, of course. And then this thing that you need a world championship. And then another requirement you need is participation in at least 70 countries and 4 continents.
Okay.
So
you got Australia knocked off.
Well, there have been 80 countries that have participated in the Bass Championship, whether they're current or not in the past. There have been 80 countries is what they say. So there have been 80 countries that have participated. So there's sort of that, and you can increase it if it's an Olympic sport. National bodies will like, all right, who's our anglers now? Like, kind of thing. Like, heck, I could go compete for the Philippines, to be honest with you. If I don't get on the Canadian team as a coach or a trainer or a water boy, I'm going to the Philippines. We're gonna put a team together, man. But they actually do have a team out there too. Actually, like the Philippines has bass fishing, and then you need that, and then you need more female participations. You may have noticed on Bassmaster that they have Bassmaster her, Now you
Yes.
I mean, just generally to increase, female participation because it is low. What was the numbers we did before? It was like 5%,
Yeah.
5% participation in the sport kind of thing from the female side, and they're really bumping that up now. You got like ladies like Christine Fisher and all kinds of female anglers down there that they're promoting. So you got to have that as well. And you got to have at least 40 countries with female participation. So it has to be that angle to it. And then the other one feedback they gave that International Sports Federation was that I don't know where they got the numbers from, but from their surveys, 80% of people think fishing is all luck. So how could it possibly have any skill involved? And it therefore does not qualify as a sport. The first part of sport is competition to see who has better skill kind of thing, and training coming into play. So if you have to get around that hurdle of they think it's luck, then
Just look at the standings of tournaments.
and that's what they were trying. Like Scott Martin said, well, okay, Scott Martin and Scott Canterbury are heading this up along with Johnny Morris with the wallet in the States, who's really pushing it hard. He already named Kevin Van Dam, like I mentioned last week, as the coach.
Yeah.
They're pushing it hard, and they're trying to say that, well, if you look at the same names over and over again, it shows that it's just like golf, just like tennis. Djokovic and Nadal have been at the top there for years upon years upon years because they're really good at it. And so they're trying to show that that's the same kind of thing in fishing where there's luck and not luck involved. There's got to be some luck. There's animals involved. But what do you guys think about that?
I think in
it's
general,
like
sorry.
Go ahead, Mike.
I was gonna say, I think in like the luck part, I don't know. There's people that you just can't compete with because they just know the water. These guys go and study. They do just like anything else. Yeah, okay. When you're looking at like javelin or track and stuff, they train that way. Anglers train maps and fishing and water sources. So there's still a point to it. And then you get to the female part. I mean, I don't know if the female angler thing is such a big thing anymore because they're everywhere now, which is awesome. Like it's great to see. Like
Females are everywhere now.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Females are
They're
everywhere, man.
so,
My own house
yeah.
is full of them.
It's great to see the female anglers come out. Like nothing's better than going to a tournament or something and see them up on top, and you're like, okay, this is what we got to go against now. So
I like to see him on top. Yeah.
But I think that would help promote, like to say that it got sanctioned, for example, as an Olympic sport. That might push that side because now, like, just almost as a way to get to the Olympics or out of necessity, almost you start pushing female programs and stuff like that. That would probably push it more.
I just think that they need to have more female, I guess, tournaments or a league, like more female leagues themselves, right?
Yeah, no, that would,
because I know they have one in the States. It's just all female team. Like it's just like no different than what they do in Kenora, but all women's fishing tournament, right?
Yeah,
which is great.
But they should have pretty much a trail for just all female anglers.
Yeah, I can see that if you want to get participation up.
I know you can see that, but you're hesitant there. You're very hesitant.
Yeah, because
and why is that?
Because we don't have leagues that are just for men. It's open to anybody. So to make one that's just, you'd like to encourage everyone to just join.
Well, I know, but I think that's the thing. Like some females or people in general don't want to go in a tournament because it's that male macho.
As an introduction to the sport. Yeah, like you're using it as a way to get into the sport, non-intimidating, less intimidating, anything like that. Hence, even it doesn't matter if it's male or female. That kickerfish derby around every fall gets 105 boats because people are like, well, it's not intimidating. It's just, I pay $50 whether we catch nothing. You know what I mean? Like there's an intimidation factor with anyone. So I can see that. But then if you're just going to get into the professional levels, it should be open to anybody. I think in our sport anyway. One of the hurdles they were saying is that you have to start calling them athletes now instead of calling them just fisher people or wranglers or whatnot. If you start using the word athletes, that may change some of the perception. I've always said that anglers are athletes. Look at Leon. That's a physical specimen there, bro.
Yeah, like I drilled two holes in 3.5 feet of ice this winter once, and I didn't even sit down.
Perhaps one sport where males and females could compete in equal footing. It would be great to be able to say that there's no male or female division, maybe.
No.
Yeah, you throw a musky bait around for an hour and tell me.
But now let's look at it this way. Now you start talking about tennis, basketball, volleyball, all the other sports. There's separate like there's female leagues and there's male leagues, right?
Yeah, judo, curling, everything has
Golf, yeah.
So
both
why
sides.
why can't fishing be the same?
Yeah, definitely. It would have to get into the Olympics. It would, they already said it has to. It has
Yeah.
to have the two divisions. It would have to. So
You got to have both sides.
hence Johnny Morris really pumping that hard. He's pumping it really hard. And to be honest, like little history, it was at the 1900 Olympic Games as part of the World's Fair in France, coincidentally of all places, in Paris. Fishing was part of it. It didn't go by individuals, it went by clubs, right? So it'd be like FAM sending their contingent to the championship kind of thing, just like in hockey, the Winnipeg Falcons, for example, that kind of thing. But since then, it never came back. And they tried for Tokyo to go as a demonstration sport, because they still do that, a demonstration sports, not official medals, but demonstration. Paris, it didn't pass because, well, it'd be tough logistically. They don't really black bass fish in France. They do in Portugal. The World Championships were in Portugal last year, in Spain and Italy. But Los Angeles, the next Olympics are in Los Angeles. Hence, the big push from the American side is that it could actually happen, because there's pro fishing in California. There's all kinds of lakes there to do it. It could happen. I'm telling you right now, this probably is going to happen. I say that it's going to happen. Anything happens at the Olympics with enough money. So if you back up enough money, man, these guys.
It's always money.
Oh, man, I thought you could buy a medal probably or something like that. But mixed for curling and tennis, there's mixed division.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, definitely Cheryl. Cheryl could make the Canadian Olympic team. Let's go. Leon could do the Olympic fishing, paddling, swimming, triathlon.
No, fishing, paddling, and then being rescued by a boat.
But fishing doesn't require physical strength or speed. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
So there could be an argument that genders are irrelevant in that sense. We go back
know.
into, is it a sport again? Because people would go, well, NASCAR wouldn't. I'd be against NASCAR going into the Olympics per se. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, and NASCAR doesn't have gender specific roles. You got all these awesome female things the drivers that do.
Like
Yeah,
Danica
do
Patrick.
really
Well,
well.
throw one, Danica Patrick, right? Like,
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, Lindsay Marie Brewer. I actually follow her, man. She's a good driver. Yeah. But
he was smart.
Oh, so it's really quiet. You had a vision in your head.
I had a vision.
Waiting for something.
What was that last post you did again? Okay, anyway.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
Okay, let's get past the hurdle first. Are we all for it? CDP Nation, are you for it being a sport? It's all good if you're not. I can definitely see the argument for it not to be a sport. There's lots of anglers who love angling and sport fishing and do tournaments, don't do tournaments, but would be like laughing their ass off if it actually made it into the Olympics. I strongly feel that it could be part of the Olympics. I think it's a sport. There's a world championship for it. There's lots of skill involved. That's my take on it, man, that it should be at 2028 Los Angeles.
Now, I guess the next question would be live scope or no live scope.
That's the, get into equipment.
I know what you're saying there, Mike, but I totally
agree that it should be a sport.
Yeah.
In the Olympics.
Okay. What do you guys think there?
Yeah, no, it should be. I think it should be like you're saying, like live scope, no live scope. It's everything, right? Like you're going to be putting things in play. Maybe it's one screen, maybe it's two screens on the front of the boat. Maximum.
I don't know.
Yeah,
maximum.
Yeah, and you can't
You can't
justify
take live
anything
scope
different.
out.
Sorry. Yeah, you
You can't
can't.
take
And I
the
mean,
live scope out because that's how they got there.
Yeah.
Like a lot
When
of
you-
these
when you're
anglers,
looking at,
that's how
like-
they got there.
It's
yeah,
no
when you're looking
different
at,
than
like,
these guys who do
splinters and stuff,
shooting,
too.
right? Like they don't
Yeah,
use a scope
exactly.
from 1920. They use the best scope they can buy for shooting now, right? So
Just catching up on comments. World Police and Fire Games has angling as a sport. All right. There's
Yep.
some precedent there. How do other countries get their boat to the Olympics? We can talk about that there. Brett Grimes says, I don't think so. Too many variables. Does everyone use the exact same equipment? So let's talk about the equipment a little bit. I'll one more touch on Rick Gergat's carp. Carp is worldwide the most popular sport fish, right? Freshwater sport fish. It really is. There were some arguments that it could be maybe fishing in general, and then it would just be up to the host country to determine what the thing would be. But then it starts, I don't know, because different species are different species. So if you have an expert in one, I guess maybe, I don't know, then the sport changes then. You know what I mean, though? Black bass or whatever species you pick, if you pick it.
and it's going to be in the southern states. You're going to have people noodling.
But it's
Catfish
a different
noodling is going to
sport.
be the first time.
It's a different sport, though, man. If it was trout, that's a completely
Yeah.
different sport. And then, but when you're talking about, you go from like judo to taekwondo.
Yeah.
It's not like you would just switch. Oh, this year it's judo, and this year, you know, that those are very specific sports. So if you pick black bass and that's the one, especially if that's where the money's at, then that's what it would be.
Mhm.
And the countries that do participate already, I mean, there are a bunch. It's Australia, Japan, Canada, Mexico,
South America.
United
like-
States.
Spain.
Dude, that's a continent, bro.
Well, I know, but Brazil, we'll say.
Okay, there you go. Pick a country, man. There you go.
Africa.
Africa, man. They do. Like, a bunch of countries in Europe. So there is, like I said,
Yeah.
I participated. Dale Rosa, what's going on? Tech video security. No scope, just a regular sonar. Let's talk about that. My view would be that no forward-facing sonar. You know me and my view on that. Because if you're gonna have your people, you know, like breakdancing came in this year and people are like side-eye and breakdancing, just like curling before and all these other sports, it'd be like, well, what's that then? And now you're really not talking about skill. We're taking less skill. It's a skill of something else. It's a skill of something electronic. If you're trying to argue that it's a sport and it's based on
I disagree.
senses, forward-facing sonar, I think you would lose
disagree.
people. So what do you think, Mikey?
The reason I disagree is because now if you ask all these other athletes not to use the best tools to their advantage, okay, well, let's give the runners a flip-flop to use.
Nah,
Like,
but in
I know
baseball,
I know it looks stupid, but the only ones that make it that I know that have stuck to the guns is baseball and golf. That's it.
you could say cork bats. Then it's better equipment. You could have rocket-powered skates for hockey, but they don't because there's a line. I really like if you're just talking to get accepted, I think the electronics part would turn a lot of non-angles off.
We talked about money, so money's going to be a big factor, right? So those
But then you say that, Eric,
a lot of money in there.
You say that, but then like Major League Baseball uses like those computer things to see if it's a strike or a ball, and then they go to replay. Like they use replays in the Olympics. Like
that's
if you're talking about technology, like you have to be using whatever the top technology is in whatever sport they're using, right? Or like put it on, like you're saying, if it's live scope, it has to be the.
No, you don't. No, you don't. I'll stop you right there. You don't. Because we're years advanced. We have all kinds of technology, but you don't apply that to every sport. You don't have to use the best technology. Some sports actually limit on some things because, I mean, the advent of carbon fiber, for example, could be in a whole bunch of sports, like rowing or whatnot.
Well, then why
there would be a line. Why not put a motor on a canoe then, like on the kayak then? Like why paddle? Because there's better technology out there. You might as well have a gas.
No, because it's not power. There's not a power canoe championships. It's kayaking. Why do swimmers wear these suits with like special designs?
This is not a video game competition. This is a fishing competition, which takes skill. And I'll be the first to say it. Ian Water was on. He just won another tournament. He's the first one saying, "Man, I'm skilled at it, but I'm not skilled at the fishing part. I'm skilled at knowing how to find them on my machine." So that's my view anyway. It's all I'm all good with what you guys say, but
you're out.
If he was in the Olympics, I would think that forward facing would not be part of it.
I think for the entertainment side, that'd be the only part. Like fishing wise, I think it'd go no matter what. But the entertainment side, I definitely think that would work. Yeah.
I think who the fuck is this guy?
Why is his ears so big? Look at those ears.
I know. I had to borrow someone else's earphones, man.
And they're pink for.
I know. I forgot my headphones at home.
Well, you're just joining us.
I want to chime in on this sport,
Oh,
man.
he couldn't help himself. He couldn't help
Oh
himself.
no.
One second.
No,
You're just joining us. We're having a good discussion on whether the Olympics. It's not black bass is not in the Olympics just yet, but it's actually making some headway for Los Angeles, which is in 4 years. There's a very good chance that it could happen. They're pumping up these Pan Am championships and world championships hard. I'll look at it, show it in a second. We've got Mike Klatt here from Real Life with Mike, Leon the intern, Mike Datoli, and Jeremy Santos sounding off here. What's your view, brother?
I was waiting for you guys to
let you
talking
in?
about the fishing Olympics, man. And I don't agree. I don't think it should be in there.
There's
I really
Santos.
don't. I mean,
Right.
so where does it end for Olympics? Yes, I know you guys want to people want to include everything, but to me, like, are we going to include hunting in there too? We let
Why
fishing
not?
in, we let hunting in.
Why?
they're
It's not
Where
killing the
does it end?
fish. It's catch and release.
I don't agree. To me, like, yes, I love fishing, and I think everyone should enjoy it and watch it. But as an Olympic sport, I totally disagree.
And what's the reason? You can't
So
just
you'd rather
fucking
watch
say,
ballroom
I disagree
dancing?
and have no reason for it.
I mean,
He's always said that he doesn't think fishing is a sport.
I
as
don't,
it is
I
on the
don't, I
same
don't
level
think it's
as
really,
other-
I don't think it's really a
Well, it's
sport.
because it only goes
per
on
se,
twice a year.
right?
I,
like,
I think it's
really
a
don't.
sport. Well,
It's a sport.
That's
you
my
take
opinion.
animals into it. Equestrian is
Like-
being there beginning, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. If you're not familiar with equestrian, is the horses jumping over real horses, not those
Yeah.
people doing that wood stick.
Equestrian, yeah, not the ones with the broom.
That has
It-
toy horse
okay.
has its own championship too, right? But
So for me, for something to qualify as a sport, is you got to have a winner and a loser in the end. The other thing is you're competing against another competitor, correct? Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
Well, so what? You're gonna
Well,
say
am I
rock,
right
paper,
or wrong? Yes or no?
rock paper scissors is a
It's
sport
a
then?
fucking simple answer. Yes or no?
they
Is
have
rock paper scissors a sport then?
they
A
have a world
sport?
championship, by the way.
They do.
They
have a
do.
world
Well,
championship.
I mean, as of right now, they got a world championship for everything. Pillow fighting. Like,
It's-
Whatever.
there's
But
a pro league for pillow
Now
fighting.
you're
yes.
competing. You're competing against another angler or other teams, and you're also competing against an animal.
For Olympics, I don't agree. I really don't. I love, like Aussie. You guys know I love to fish. Like, as an Olympic sport, I do not.
Then why
See,
why
for
do
me-
you participate in tournaments where there's a chance for you to win something then? That's
What?
why do you participate in tournaments then? If fishing is really not a sport or shouldn't be in the Olympics,
No,
why do you participate in
I'm
tournaments where you
saying
can win
as an Olympic
something
sport,
monetary from
I
it?
love to fish. I'll do a tournament, but as an Olympic sport, I don't think it counts. That's
Yeah,
my
see,
opinion.
A lot of
Yeah,
people
but the
have
thing is,
though.
you think
Go ahead,
for
Mike.
like someone like me, I'm thinking, yeah, not saying anybody can run a 10-minute mile. Anybody can do a sprint. You throw a guy out in the heat, standing there for 8-9 hours, mentally stressing himself. Like, I think if anything else, that endurance and stuff, like, yes, they're not athletes as you could say it, but there's not a lot of people that could stand on a boat in the sun, mentally strain themselves trying to find this stuff, literally trying to pull their hair out without having the camera on them. I think it's interesting. I think it actually would go somewhere with that. I do. I think, Jeremy, you're wrong.
They're just Santos. They're just as much an
I
athlete
think
as
you're wrong
golfers are.
too.
Golfers,
That's
golfers and anglers are the same.
The
can't
mental
tell me that-
aspect you put into fishing, like Mike Klatt was saying, is hard. It's hard on a person. It's no different than the guys who ski and they shoot at a target. Same thing, right? Like, should that be in the Olympics?
How's that a
Because-
sport?
Because we could, yeah, like how's that a sport? I can go to Birdsell Park, like.
You could ski
But-
that long, Leon?
Well,
You
no,
can
but
ski that long
listen,
and go
you're saying that
2
fishing's
laps,
not a
2
sport,
laps
but you like it.
in a race.
Fishing's not a sport, you'd like it, but you'll put money towards something that you're not going to win something in. So, like, you may win something. I've won shit, like, honestly, right?
But
Like,
winning
I've
something
won
has
nothing.
nothing to do with
We're
it.
not talking
You
about
could be
winning
poker.
here.
I know, but
Okay?
like,
Poker,
you're-
like
you're-
Chad Shepard here.
We're talking about a sport in the Olympics.
yeah.
Okay,
So,
like-
but would you rather
So,
watch ballroom
I
dancing?
don't
You'd
think-
rather
I
watch
don't think
ballroom
it's Olympics.
dancing, or you'd rather watch
Ballroom dancing
synchronized
was in
swimming
the
over it?
Olympics. Leon, ballroom dancing was in the Olympics.
I know it was
Then it went
multiple
down to
seasons.
demonstration.
multiple
And
seasons.
I don't agree with that either. Like,
I don't agree with Jeremy Gears right now.
Dave Thomas here. I think locals have too much of an advantage. Fishing is so dependent on area-specific knowledge, not general skill and athleticism.
Yeah.
I disagree
Well-
on that, bro.
Well, look at Jamie Bruce though, Dave Thomas, right?
I disagree hard on
Yeah,
that.
like Jamie Bruce
Fishing
just
skills.
proves if you put the time in and you know what you're looking for, you'll be okay.
I mean,
But
there's
Dave
a home
Thomas-
court advantage, of course, because I mean, if you know a typical topography or whatever, you know a lake well, but that's where the skill actually comes in on traveling anglers. Traveling anglers to be able, that's why I have way more respect if a traveling angler,
Well,
even if it's just one
Santos-
province over.
Did you-
Leon, shut up. If it's
No.
one, if there's one province over,
root 'em.
you know, there's still respect.
Yeah.
There's definitely like respect there for a traveling angler because you're fishing a lake or a river or body of water that you're not familiar with. And if you're going to cross, like these teams are traveling across 3 different continents to go fish a place, huge respect for them to go learn it there because that's where the fishing skill comes in. The athleticism part comes in and in the endurance part, obviously. Everyone's saying that there isn't an endurance part to do any activity for 8 hours straight,
But then
no matter how
what
fun it
if
is.
What if Philippines makes Santos a coach, like you?
No, Santos can't, bro. He doesn't. He identifies as Spanish. This guy. He's not even proud to be
honestly,
Filipino.
I'm not taking away from like the skill wise and the mental wise and everything from fishing.
Yeah,
I'm not. I'm just saying it doesn't belong in the Olympics. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
I
if
think
fishing
you have a
doesn't
good-
belong in the Olympics, neither does table tennis.
Yes, I agree. There's a whole bunch of sports
No,
that
no,
shouldn't
but-
be in there.
But Santos, they've already really mean shouldn't be in it. Like it goes by. Like Simpson was talking about viewership and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah.
It comes down to that. You have to have more open mind now as far as sports go. That really, it's if it's a worldwide thing, and it's a place to come together and see who comes out on
Yeah.
top. I'm cool with it, man. I don't know. Like there's got to be an athletic
Well,
aspect to it because knitting has a world championship, but I guess you could argue anything has an athletic component to it.
But we're talking about this, but look, in the States, they got pissed off there because Fox was showing that one bass tournament, right? Over something else that was on.
What about cornhole? Cornhole has been trying. Cornhole's trying
Which one?
to get into the cornhole's trying to get into the Olympics.
Oh, yeah.
There's all kinds of things trying to get into the Olympics. But okay, let's just say that we got past the hurdle and it's going to be in Los Angeles now. Then,
Yeah.
Much to Santos's dismay, it's
Santos,
actually
you're
going to be in
you're
Los
going back
Angeles.
to the back room again. Use your pink headphones.
And let's say that the forward facing isn't even allowed, or maybe
Okay.
whatever it is. What's the rules? Like, I mean, five
I
is it a team, individual? What do you think? Team
think,
sport?
well, you're going to have to stick. The black bass is a team, right?
Yeah.
So probably stick as a team. I would probably say they'd probably put restrictions on the electronics end of it. You're still going to have forward-facing sonar because you're not going to be able to take the money out of that.
Yeah.
But
Money
it would
we're
have to be
talking, yeah,
restricted.
Yeah, but again, you would have to. Everybody's fishing rods would have to be kind of the same, right? Like everybody's bait would have to be the same. There is a lot of technicalities involved in it.
I think consistency, you're right, because every sport you look at, they're very specific on how they measure, they weigh. So
Yeah,
I mean,
the weights,
that might be
everything.
the
Yeah.
tough weights and fish. Yeah.
The other thing, too, is if you take that forward-facing sonar out, that might kill it.
So you're telling me that like, okay, let's say it is in. You're
Yeah.
telling me you guys want them to use all the same fishing rods, the same reels, everything has to be exactly the same.
No.
Well, no, but
No,
like you can't.
Look at all the sports.
No, no,
People
no.
don't use the
No.
same
No,
equipment.
I know. Well, I thought that's what Leon was saying, that they got to use all the
No,
same
no,
stuff.
like you would no, but like Mike Klatt was saying, there's regulations for everything, right? Like there's regulations for what kind of paddles they could use in whatever kind of
Yeah.
boating they
Just
do,
the
right? There's
consistency. I think it'd be hard
Yeah,
to find the
consistency, right?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
Shimano ugly sticks.
Yeah.
Everyone's motor would have to be. So if you
Wow.
there was
I-
a. Oh, sorry, Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
I was just going to say, I want to put in a sport, breaking rods.
Mike would win.
How many
Gold
rods
medal
can-
winner.
If you search, we're talking your. We're not going to get to night fishing. We're not going to get to night fishing here at all. But we're talking the Olympic sport. There's a bunch of videos. So this guy put one out. This was just 6 days ago on Get Your Fish On. A lot of interesting like comments on here and stuff. There's different things, but one of them was equipment. Oh, you can see everything that I watch here, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys see Deadpool and Deadpool?
No,
and
not
Wolverine?
yet.
I watched
I
this.
wanna-
Go to Deadpool.
I will not say nothing.
Don't ruin it.
Frick,
I heard it's good though.
pretty awesome.
How the
brother.
frick
Pretty
did we just squirrel right off of what we were talking about?
Deadpool.
You're worse than Leon right
A
now.
Good movie, bro. Anyway, what I was saying there, one of the comments was, well, how are people going to get their boats to wherever it is? It's pretty tricky. But you take sailing. These are these are $1 million
Yeah.
pieces of equipment. It gets to where it has to go, kind of thing. I mean,
Bobsleds.
you have to get there. I mean, or
Well,
locally.
They have all their boats shipped over when they do the tournaments overseas. Actually, no, that's not true because they did the one in Portugal. The U.S. teams all use different boats.
But they still had to all get checked over to make sure they
Yeah.
applied to certain regulations, right? So
Yeah.
See, and then this.
You could have a set horsepower. I mean, you could say, okay, it's going to be 225 to 250, and that's what it is,
Yeah.
or something like that. On that guy's podcast that I just showed, he was like, "Yeah, you can't use forward-facing sonar because some countries can't even afford to buy tackle." He says, and he said that with a straight face. And I'm like, "Fuck, if you're fishing, man, like I mean, you can buy tackle. Like, give me a fucking
Pickerel rigs only.
Anyway,
You know what?
CISA.
Rally car racing will probably be in the California Olympics before fishing, anyway. So
Rally car would be cool, to be honest with you, but I mean,
yeah, well, no, that'd be cool,
you don't pedal it though. I can see mountain biking, and I watched the mountain biking race the other day, and it's really good. There's a lot of athleticism there.
But people didn't even think that should have been a sport either, right? When it first came out, like it's just.
I guess they just want to see people throw sticks and jump over frickin' bars and.
Oh, I couldn't even.
Run.
If Santos and me had a bike race, he'd probably blow me out of the water. I'd still be like sitting at the stop sign.
This is a cool page here. This is the CISA, Canadian. What's it called? Whatever they're called, CISA anyway, Canadian something. But the Black Bass Championship is in New Brunswick on September 25 to 29. So that'll be cool. We'll be speaking to a bunch of anglers leading up to there. Buddy Dave Chong, Canadian captain, Scott Martin, Jacob Wheeler. All the big names are going to be there, and they're really pushing for this to be big in anticipation of trying to get into Los Angeles. And the World Championship there's a World Championship here too in Italy this year. What does the CISA stand for? Canadian International Sport Fishing Association. Okay, there you go. But anyway,
Where did they have it last year? They just had it recently, right? Like a black bass one or something?
Mexico.
Oh,
Who's the executive there?
Bob
Scroll down.
is one of the boss there.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the guys there.
It's on the bottom there, yeah.
Darren, yeah.
So,
but these guys here.
Is that Team Canada? Like, where's Team Canada? Like, who's on that team as of right now? Do you know?
Well, we know Gussie is, right?
David Chong, Gussie, Coop Gallant.
I think it says Team Canada Bass right there on the left. I'm trying to move my mouse over there, but it's not going to work.
Oh, yeah, here you go. Adam Foster,
okay.
Bob. So a lot of them qualified through the CBSL.
Oh, through their tournaments, yeah.
Yeah, they had tournaments, and then they bring in some pros. But they all qualified that way. Not all these guys are going. These guys are like on a team, but here's the world team here. Like they send them off to these competitions and stuff like that. So they'll be qualifying again. You know, the cool thing is actually there's a team kayak. And now kayak has world championship too. But it says
well,
here,
look at our friend Nick's going to Pan Am Games, right?
Right. If you have an established kayak fishing series in Canada that records points for AOI and uses online catch photo release to record the catches, you can contact them to have your series considered for future Team Canada kayak anglers. So for 2025,
well, Team CDP right there.
It's on its way.
Well,
no, you have to do well in the thing, bro, in the series. But the Central Canada Kayak Trail could be an authorized or a sanctioned. Like our winner can go to the Canadian Championships to possibly get to the World Championships, to possibly get to the Olympics. It can happen, bro. Neat, Santos, if you had a shot to get to the Olympics, how about kayak fishing? That's more of a sport. It could be.
Fuck you, Santos, because it's not a sport.
I'll still do it, but I don't like I said.
Oh no, now you'll fucking.
I don't agree. I don't agree that it should be in there. But
why would you fucking do it?
If there's a chance to get in there,
kayak has more of an athletic. Kayak without motors. If you did kayak by paddle or pedal, even
because fat bastards get around. We need them.
No trolling motors, no spot lock, man. I would argue even more in favor of kayak angling in general. It could be anything. So now it could be saltwater. It's kayak angling, paddle or pedal only. That would.
All I know is I'm not next tournament. I'm not leaving the dock area because I can't afford to go that far again.
Better hope the wind's blowing the right way.
Rosenfeld, why don't you fuck off and go to sleep or something?
I'll need a 20-pound anchor. Keep me still.
No. What's the matter with having a trolling motor? You're just jealous because I have one on mine. The spot lock.
But you know what's going to happen if they do that?
Inanimate objects or animals that the LAs have an opportunity to train with before the event. It's definitely a different sport in that you're targeting wildlife. Like these aren't trained fish that are trained to go hide or bite or whatnot, right? For sure. But all sports are different, bro.
Yeah, the kayak championships I saw Team USA there, they have like the pedal boats, like not pedal, but they have pedal power boats like how Santos has, right? And that's pretty good. Like, how fast can you go, Santos?
I don't know. I never really measured my speed. I mean, I haven't gone full out on it, but
like you're not paddling. You're just pumping your feet, right?
Yeah.
There's all kinds of chat talks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You could research this on your own, but there's all kinds of points of view. There's lots of people who feel the same way as Santos does here. This was the local sports station. He says question of the day, and you have people here. I'm a purist regarding the Olympics. Too many goofy sports already. You know, they might as well. This guy says they got breakdancing now. The whole idea of fishing being a sport, an Olympic sport at that, is laughable. You know, this one says, I say go for it. Would be interesting to see who the USA sent. To be honest, online, it is 50-50 on whether, and these are all from anglers. We're not talking just general people. We're talking anglers themselves.
I'm starting to change my
And
mind.
we seem to be around there too, 50-50, you know, something like that, whether we think it should actually go. But if it were to go, it'd be nice to send like the dream teams. And what country would win? What country would win if it in Los Angeles right off the bat?
If they sent the kayak team.
No,
Well, just
get off at Santos. Fishing black bass on a boat is going to be at the Olympics. So this is what we're talking right now, Verdi. It's going to happen.
How's your fucking Sea-Doos, by the way, Daryl? Oh, because you don't know how to use a drain plug. Fuck.
USA obviously has a big advantage, and
Yeah.
would be the
USA is
favorite.
going to have the advantage, and I think right behind them it would be like Japan. Because if you allow them to use their forward-facing sonar, they're going to kick the shit out of everybody.
And you know what? It's one of those things though. Like if say fishing was allowed, great. Canada and the US would think, hey man, we got this. But you know, there's going to be a country that's going to be training their ass off for 4 years, fishing 24 hours a day, and they'll be the ones that are going to win the tournament.
You
would
want that. You would want
Yeah.
that because curling, hockey, these are lots of sports where it was just North American dominated, that you want other countries if you want to be a world sport. The cool thing about fishing would be like, Dave Thomas was talking about, how are you going to wherever the venue would be, you're talking a different sport now where you're headed there now months in advance now, 4 weeks in advance. Everyone's training on that particular body of water. So,
or you have like prelim tournaments there, right?
If it's on Havasu, just say that would probably be the lake that it would be on is Havasu. It would have to be somewhere there. Local Hall of Famer there, Ted Stooner fishes there many times. Ian Water did a competition out there actually. It would be there, for example. You'd have all the countries be sending delegations already there. Like you're training on that same body of water. You have lots of time to get your equipment there. And then when the Olympics start.
If it's on Havasu, then Canada will have a chance because there's a lot of big smallmouth there.
Small ones. Yeah.
I think it'd be great, man. So where is it after Los Angeles? Brisbane. So I think it's next Summer Olympics is in Brisbane, Australia.
And you could do those.
You'd have
what's that tournament Gusty went down for?
Their black bass equivalent. But it would be
they have black bass in Australia?
Yeah, but not wild, for example. In the Philippines, it's stocked as well. But there are stock ponds there. It might be a stock pond thing competition where you're creating, just like they create waterways. They create, like, not everywhere has whitewater kayaking, for example. They create tracks, right, for it. So might be something like that. Mexico, is that the next place? No, I think it's Brisbane.
No, he's saying Mexico would be a country,
would win. They got some
one of the favorites.
Peacock bass is their specialty too, especially. Look at the U.S. in basketball. They almost lost against a no-name country. Anyone can win, bro. South Sudan almost got them. They actually play tomorrow.
I was gonna say maybe fishing will have a new Jamaican bobsled movie coming out. It'll be like some desert country that absolutely kills in fishing somehow. Or
what country would you be surprised that if there's fishing? What country would you be surprised that would be in it?
Philippines.
Like you mentioned, Jamaican bobsledding. What country?
Well, yeah, because they have to put them back. That's why.
Philippines would get disqualified because they kept all the fish.
Eat them all.
God damn it! Kill.
The only team that have like a nice hibachi in the back corner of the boat.
This is not allowed. How come it's not allowed? Huh? But
I'd say some team from like South Africa or something would be weird to have, right?
South Africa is in the World Championship.
I know, but it's
you're talking
to me. It just seems like a weird city, right? Like a weird country.
What country would be
like Iceland?
Hard to say.
Like Iceland. How would Iceland?
Yeah,
Iceland.
Like I don't know, but they got Esox there. They got pike. Like the fact that we could barely come up with a country that you'd be surprised to win goes to show you that it's a worldwide thing already, bro. Yeah. Mongolia. But Mongolia had the ice fishing championships. Ulaanbaatar.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
The world ice fishing championships were in Mongolia. So, I mean,
Mongolia, eh?
You can come up with the wackiest country you think of, and it's fishing is there, bro, at a high level, at a world competition level. I really don't think it's as far as people think. It's
what do
gonna
they have in
happen.
Africa?
It's gonna happen, bro. The white pail. Everyone has to have the same gallon size pail, though. Yeah,
A six gallon, not a fiver.
advantages,
Yeah.
bro.
North
North
Korea.
Korea. Oh yeah, definitely. That'd be wild if they sent the contingent. Like obviously it was my first guess, but that water's too clear.
Okay, then
Yeah,
if
it'd
we're
be great.
talking
I
about
think it's
fishing in the
gonna be
Olympics,
there.
who'd be the first one to get piss tested and get kicked out?
They have to have. That's one thing too. That's one of the requirements is actual doping testing.
Yeah.
And you have to pass all the doping stringent qualifications and stuff like that. So, but are drugs an advantage then? I guess just you could stay standing all day.
Well,
I guess there is an advantage.
well, there is an advantage if you do the green.
It's true. They'd have to outlaw.
Chartreuse, so just relax.
They'd have to outlaw chartreuse because that is an advantage in fishing. And if you don't know, now you know. Because
You don't know chartreuse.
Why is that guy
There's an
on
advantage.
steroids casting 200 yards?
There's all kinds of stuff online. Bassmaster, they've had articles since it came out in 2016 that there are agencies trying to get in. Everywhere has like there was 13 flag. That was in 2017 when they competed in South Africa for the championship and stuff. There's all kinds. It's possible. It is possible. Japan would destroy Mongolia. There was an episode of River Monsters that went to Mongolia.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a strange sturgeon of some sort that it was going. I forgot, but we'd get disqualified for using a drone. Ouch!
Oh, divine.
Oh,
They're still going to advance anyway.
isn't that crazy? They still might advance. That's
Wow, they
wild.
have to win
Gotta
what?
win,
3
yeah.
games, right?
Mhm.
We got to win one more game against Colombia.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway,
Speaking
we're
of
gonna keep
doping,
going on this. We're gonna keep going on this down the road as it gets closer to Los Angeles. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be a water boy. I swear to God, I'm gonna be. They have to have trainers. You need trainers, obviously, right?
I'm gonna have to go as a translator for the Italians.
well, there you go, Mike. There's your
What do you
opportunity.
say?
You'll be on Team Italy.
Oh yeah, no, the Italian said "fuck you."
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I'm
It's a
off
great
because the
fish.
Japanese are good fishermen. I'm like the the one they want to kick out of the family.
Hopefully it gets through though. But yeah, kayak.
Santos is gonna go with the dedicated snag remover for Spain.
What?
He's gonna get a scuba license so we can get all the hooks later.
He's gonna go down there.
Yep.
Quickly, do we have a tip of the week? We need a tech video security tip of the week. We got Mike.
Yeah,
Platt
don't let
in the
Santos in
house.
again.
What did you catch that 30-inch walleye on in the middle of summer, greenback at Winnipeg Beach on? Bro?
The pretty much easiest thing in the world. I was throwing everything and nothing would bite, and yeah, jigging a minnow.
Jigging a salted minnow.
Jig in a minute,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
In the end, it just
Suspended.
comes
Yeah,
down.
it's just basics.
Which vessel
See,
was those
you-
things that was in China from the U.S. for $1 million
wouldn't-
bucks?
You wouldn't have caught that thing without forward-facing sonar.
I don't think there is.
And-
Is there a Chinese pro on the
Yeah.
on the pro tour?
No.
No, not on.
Oh wait, on
On the
Isn't
other
there
tour,
one-
there is, isn't it?
MLF.
MLF,
Wasn't
is
there one
there
on
one?
MLF?
Yeah.
There was. There's
they've
one
got
on
good-
MLF.
They've got good
MLF.
bass fishing.
Wasn't there a Korean one too?
Yeah,
There's
there was a
Korean, there's
Korean,
Korean
and there was a
ones, yeah.
Chinese one.
Yeah.
Or Korean. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there would be. My big thing is like, if you aren't like Bass Pro sponsored, for example, because Johnny Morse is really pushing this. I'd hate to see that only Bass Pro sponsored guys are the ones who go, or gals, or whoever. You know what I mean?
That would
Yeah.
suck.
Like for you're talking Team USA now, if who they're selecting, if they're only like it happened like men's basketball, for example. If you're sponsored by Nike and Adidas, you get a leg up. Reebok guys aren't getting in, New Balance, kind of thing. But yeah, that'd be very interesting to see what the teams would be. I would have Gussie and Coop Johnston brothers. Fuck, that's it right there.
Those are hammers, man.
Those are hammers
Jamie?
right there.
Yep.
Jamie probably would get in there, and you throw Bob in there too. Like, I mean, that'd be a killer team going to.
We're talking like, are there no bass fishermen from Saskatchewan to BC?
There aren't no any bass there, bro. There's no bass there.
Yeah, that's true. But
There's no bass.
None.
We didn't get to night fishing. That's a photo of me night fishing there. That was a big
Yeah.
one I caught a while
Oh.
back. It's huge one.
Is that why you darkened your room too, so you look like just your collar? You
Nice
just see your
fishing.
collar, your teeth, and your hat.
I should have put 2 teeth in there. That would have helped. But we'll get to the art of night fishing next week. But this week we're gonna get to beast of the week. Beast of the week. Here, who do we got? We got a few more contenders. Last week, of course, we had Mr. Randy Bean was in there. We'd have a Paralympic side. Yeah. Did you see? There's some videos out there. And remember that pro angler who was a quadriplegic?
Yeah.
He's off the tour now, though, but he was there for a while doing some big tournaments and stuff, man. But big shout out to Aiden McLanagan.
Good job, Aiden.
First ever King Salmon. He's checking all kinds of things off the list there this summer. So good job,
Nice.
Aiden. King Salmon. I'm in. I would like to try. Look, see the downrigger systems there? That's all foreign to me, man. That'd be completely.
Yeah.
Boundary. You're right. Boundary has some largies in there. You guys can compete. Rider bastards. The Bombers suck. Dustin James did a better pose, but the fight and edge of my mini aggravated my master angler jump, my beast of the week. There's a video of his son there netting it. Sometimes the kids or anybody just has such a great time just netting the fish.
I like the color of that drum. To me, it's a little different there.
That's what makes it a team sport too. You'd have to have a good net person.
Yeah.
It can't be like Leo.
Well,
You had to bring that shit up, eh?
Yeah, that's the whole
Perfect
team
timing,
part.
eh?
I would just keep touching on the Olympic thing. It would have to be a 2-person team. I say that's what I say it would be, man. Really good. Anyway,
if I'm a net man, I'm going to make sure I need one of those Mustang survival things so I can float easily.
Any
Dude,
team that just brought their bring their wife win automatically, man. If it had to be male and female,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
any team
Cali
that
would
just
do it.
brought wife, they would win. Oh yeah, that's just usual.
Oh yeah.
Nice work, Dustin James. Good job on the drum, brother. Mike
There's
Clapp.
this one. Beauty.
That's the 30 we were talking about on the way back on his trip there. Winnipeg Beach, of all places where he got it.
Nice
Finally.
fish.
304 miles, and he caught it at mile 267.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's right.
30-inch club now, eh,
I
bro?
bet you that's right. Is 267 correct for Winnipeg Beach?
It's actually that's pretty bang on. That's quick math.
Wow.
That's a good guess, Derek. That was a
Asian,
good
that's
guess.
right. Asian. Who is this, bro? Derek Clouseau.
Yeah. My buddy there, he went 1,000 kilometers off the coast of Africa there to Madagascar for a wedding, and he went fishing there.
Wow. Mauritius
That's
is
awesome.
way out there, brother. That's in the middle
Yeah.
of the Indian Ocean, man.
Yeah.
That's near
And
where
that's a
that
nice
plane
fish,
went
man.
down.
Holy, eh? Like,
Yeah.
Malaysian Airlines plane where it went down.
Yeah.
You're there.
oh,
Yeah.
It's a nice
I
fish,
watched
man.
a documentary on that Ocean Gate, that those billionaires.
Yeah.
They imploded. I'm just going off on topic again, though. That was a cool documentary. Check it out, Ocean Gate.
look, what, I guess, what's that thing around his waist? I couldn't figure it out.
Oh, that's the where you
For
stick
the
the
rod.
rod, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You ever see
A
the
plate?
videos on Reels, on Instagram,
The
or whatever?
fishing
Where
rod.
Yeah.
Leon,
guys get
fishing
pulled
rod,
in,
by the
actually.
way.
Where?
Here's one there.
Oh, boy.
Miller, you personal
Hey.
best, brother. Just shy of 15 inches. Nice. He's not saying it's 15. It's just shy, which is still a huge ass.
So it's probably like
all
11.
Those, I like all those master awards sitting there on the deck.
Isn't that
right
nice,
there.
man? That's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh, look at that, eh? Nice.
I like it.
Nice.
see
oh,
the
that
videos
is
there.
cool. I never noticed that. Yeah.
He's got a popper. Yeah. He's got some
Swim bait, flasher jig.
Yeah. Nice. We examine everything, brother. Nice. But come on.
Oh,
Come on. Mike Clatt, you even wouldn't vote for yourself, bro. Come on.
No,
Gabe Alves.
I went for muskies the other day, and I am giving up on them. I'm done.
You see any?
No, not one.
No, he didn't.
Spent
No,
6,
didn't
7
raise any?
hours
No.
live
Yeah.
scope the whole entire thing. Didn't see one.
On the
look at
board,
the tail on that muskie, though, eh? Like just
5175. That's a new personal best. First muskie.
It's his first one.
That's
If
going to
he
be
cracks
hard to beat,
50,
like you
man.
said, bro.
Like, you can't beat
Over
that,
under
man.
and whether Gabe catches one bigger than that rest of his life. Under, bro.
I would say under.
I'm saying under already, man.
I would say under 50-incher, man. That, like 51, almost 52 inches. That is going to be tough to beat.
that's a real nice one.
What
But
do you
nice,
guys think?
look at that fish. What a tank.
And what Masters, what, 50? Is that what the marking is there?
No. Well, a big one is considered 50, but
50. Well, no, I haven't cut. My biggest muskie is nothing right now, so
that's our beast of
Mine's
the
like
week there.
15 inches or something.
I didn't even ask Mike Clatt, but he agrees. Gabe Alves is the beast of the
Oh
week.
no, that's
July
that's a
Yes.
beautiful fish.
9. Nice work there. You guys didn't answer. I was asking you over under on the.
I say over.
That. You really, eh?
I
Yeah.
know.
You know, hard.
Over
He
under
says he's
on
gonna
the
catch one
which?
bigger than that.
But they're both
Michael's-
good fishermen,
Michael's
right?
listening. Over under and whether he beats his personal best, 51.75. He said it's gonna be hard to beat, but
I'll say.
I'm under, bro.
Good
Dexter
fisherman.
Lula,
Yeah.
we talked about the live scope, bro, in the forward facing at the Olympics. Our
I'm
shows are
under.
all on the under. Mike says no one has faith in you, Gabe Alves, that you're gonna ever beat that again. Bro.
Except Leon.
That is that. Leon is
You're done.
faithing you, bro.
Leon's a Alves.
I have to have faith in
Shows are-
something.
Shows are all recorded. You can watch this right from the beginning. There's pretty good talk about it, man. I love that everyone had different views on the Olympic as a sport. It's gonna be there, though. It's gonna be there, brother. And but check this out. This is what fishing's all about, though, man. Regardless if it's an Olympic sport or not. I'll share this video.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Amanda, help her. She'll tell
Men
me
came
when
home
she needs
empty-handed,
Come on,
so the
Jody.
women have
Mom,
to
get
provide.
in there.
Krista.
Yeah, she's on the bottom.
No, she's not.
Okay, come on, Jody.
Keep going, sweetie. Keep going.
These are 4 ladies in a boat,
You're right.
3 generations.
You're good. The narrate. The narrate.
Granddaughter,
Just turn off,
grandma,
Chris.
and
Just turn off, sweetie.
2
I
sisters.
did, guys. Everyone calm down.
Get a photo of your sister here. Pull.
Everyone
Judy,
calm
you
down.
good?
Yep. Keep going. Come on, Jody. Sweaty. Oh my God, it's a good one, Jody. You got it. You got it. Mom,
Mom.
pay attention, Mom.
Come on, Mom.
Pay attention, Mom.
Oh my God.
Pull it,
Judy!
Mom, give me it. Give me it, Mom. Holy shit.
Jody!
Keep going. Shit. Keep
Bring
going.
it. Don't. Just bring it in towards you. Don't stop, Jody. Don't stop. Don't stop, Jody.
That same exact scene. That same exact scene is played out in all kinds of boats on many of my trips as well and stuff, man. You got all kinds of shit talking as it's coming up. She was saying, "I hope it's a sunfish." You're all having such a hard time that she thought it was on bottom. The same chick was saying that everyone calmed down. She was the loudest one after to get it in the boat, kind of thing. So good stuff.
Oh, before we go, Dylan Fooey's birthday on the weekend. So happy birthday to Dylan Fooey, one of our sponsors there.
Big shout out.
Happy
Dylan
birthday.
Fooey, another year by. Appreciate you, brother. We've got our May and June winners of Beast of the Month handed out there. We've got July. We're gonna have to pick that as it comes up too. So we're ready. The next $300 are gonna be sent out. So that's it. You guys got nothing on that video? I showed that whole video. I'm the only one who talked.
No, it's amazing. She should have tightened the
Oh, there's
drag.
Leon. There's Leon. There's Leon.
Tighten the drag.
That must have been Leon. That's like Leon when he measured his very first tournament fish, man.
Oh, yeah, 13-inch walleye.
Nah,
Nothing wrong
That's
with that,
why-
man. A fish is a
That's
fish.
why you gotta love fishing, man.
It's
Just like
bad.
that.
It's yeah.
It's so exciting that way, man. When someone and you share, like, not everyone caught that fish there. But
Yeah.
everyone was just as happy, man. Like if it's something like just makes a trip kind of thing, you know, and it's just the best, man. I just love it.
Now, if you're in Saskatchewan and that happened, there'd be 300 boats attached to you.
Like a magnet.
Yeah.
Funny shit. Anyway,
Hey, thanks for doing what you do, Mike, for the kids, man. That's amazing.
I don't know why they were not.
Me.
Oh my God,
Now that's better. You got to give it to CDP Nation to have the good comments. These 4 guys fucking silent all the time. I swear to God. I swear to God, man. But yeah, cool stuff. Check it all out there. Cast Any Podcast. Big shout out to all our sponsors again. You want to help out the show? You enjoy what you saw? Support them, and that goes a long way to supporting us. We got some Big Smoke Barbecue gift cards we're gonna have out right away, kind of thing. Next week, night fishing, the art of night fishing. We're going to talk about that and how they changed Florida strain bass to its own species. That's coming up next week.
And I think we're on Tuesday next week, right?
Yeah.
Long weekend?
Tuesday.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, next Tuesday. Sorry, we're only on summer long weekends.
Is it a long weekend already?
Have a great long weekend.
August.
Good shout out to Matt's live
Mr.
page.
Non-sporter fucking fisherman there.
We've got a code. We've got a QR code or a sale code for Live Fishing, by the way. Check that out. We'll talk about that next week too. Or whatever.
Nice.
And we're got a new contest from Chris Gahn. We got a new contest to announce. Someone's going to be winning a guided muskie trip. We're going to be muskies and an overnight stay at Gone Fishing's Yeti Shack this winter. But Mike Klatt, appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks,
Give him a
Mike.
follow.
Thanks, Mike.
Real
Thanks
life
for all
with
you
Mike.
guys for
Real
sure.
life.
Jeremy.
Santos, you can go to hell.
If you haven't
Fishing,
subbed,
not
not sub
Olympics.
over there. Glad I found this job. Appreciate you, brother. Come back week after week, man. We love you. Peace out, everybody. We'll see you guys next Tuesday, 8:15, same time, same place. The Cast and Egg Podcast. Peace.
Peace.
Santos joined us, eh? We're gonna leave you. Who let him in?